Mammography is one of the best screening tools to find breast cancer.
Breast cancer may not be preventable, but you can survive it through early detection. If you're a mother or grandmother, sister or best friend, aunt or cousin,
we encourage you to know your risk, make healthy lifestyle choices, and to know what's normal for your body.
Get screened. Get your mammogram annually.
We did!
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12 Weekend, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight news, the family of the country's latest murder victim speaks out. Another hat thrown in the ring ahead of the F&M convention. A political newcomer says remove the filth from politics. Plus, a young Bahamian chef showcases her skills on an American TV network. I'm Paige McCartney, and we've got those stories and more straight ahead on MB12 Weekend. Thanks for joining us. Grieving loved ones want answers tonight following the murder of a 35-year-old Hospital Lane man. Police say it's the second murder recorded this weekend. Reports are that sometime around 10:30 last night, the victim was walking along Cambridge Lane when a gunman shot him multiple times. Shortly after he arrived at their home, Shordell Hepburn says her boyfriend, 35-year-old Kevin Fowler, went back out to the store. 5 minutes later, she heard gunshots ring out. She ran outside where she saw him on the ground, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds.
It's very hard. I have to be strong for my two kids, especially the baby. I was the love of his life.
Hepburn said she cried out for help and someone gave her and her dying boyfriend a ride to the hospital. The young mother of two said she doesn't know who would want to hurt her boyfriend and questioned why anyone would kill him.
He ain't do nobody nothing. He ain't trouble nobody. So you could tell me why they just take his life just like that? A young man trying to get his life together. He might have a background history, but he put that beside and leave that to God. He just wanted a better life for him and his family.
Hepburn said although her boyfriend had a checkered past, he was a new man trying to get his life back on track.
Everybody seek like the violence, like the background history yet, instead of doing negative things. Like he trying to get his life back together and he just wanted to work. He just wanted to do the right thing. And yeah, he was a manly boy. Everybody stopped and he's like, he begging them for a job. He's trying to change.
She said Fowler had one 4-year-old son, and at this young age, he already understands the harsh reality of how his father died.
It's very sad to know a 4-year-old, these type of time, know what's going on. Like, he didn't realize that his father isn't here and his father ain't going to be here no more.
President of Families of All Murder Victims, Candy Gibson, said she had just spoken with Fowler about a week ago about turning his life around.
He said, man, he said, I really want a job. He said, I really want work. I said, you serious? He said, yes, I really want to. I said, would you like to work at a car wash? He said, Candy, anywhere. He said, I just want to work. I said, okay, I can call Carla Street for you. And he said, okay. He said, please, man, Candy. And you know, I called Carla Street, and Carla Street tell me, say something the next day. Carla Street gave him a job, not knowing days later this can happen. And come on, man, I mean, this young man wanted to change. He wanted better for himself. Like she said, he would ask anybody for a job. What happened? And he has what? He leave a 4-year-old child. The bigger picture, like I say again, it's the children. This isn't right.
And just a week ago, 21-year-old Eric Martin was gunned down in the front of his mother at his home in the same area off Hospital Lane. As the Free National Movement's convention fast approaches, more challenges are emerging in the race for leader, deputy leader, and party chairman. Days after F&M Senator Michael Pintard announced he's strongly considering running for the deputy leader or chairman post, A former cabinet minister in the last Ingram administration told MB12 he too is considering throwing his hat into the ring. Fanique Toot has that story.
Former Minister of State for the Environment Fenton Neymour says he is strongly considering running for Free National Movement chairman during the party's convention on November 21st. Neymour says he has the support of many party members and feels he can help to repair the FNM's image following what he called a perceived leadership struggle.
Well, I've seriously considered the position of chairman. I haven't made a firm decision on it yet. It depends a lot on regards to my personal position in terms of my life, my family, and my ability to campaign over this very short period of time. And so I intend to make a decision in short order in regards to that, and I'll obviously make an announcement in that regard.
FNM Chairman Darren Cash and Deputy Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands have said they will run for deputy leader. FNM Senator Michael Pintard has also indicated he is considering running for the deputy leader or chairman post. However, no definitive contenders have emerged in the race for chairman. Neymour, who started off in the now defunct Coalition for Democratic Reform, says he has served as a party chairman before, and he believes he can do it again.
In regards to putting together a political organization, putting together a campaign, I've had that experience within political organization, putting forward a platform, which I think will be critical for the FNM moving forward, and also supporting the leadership of the party. I think that is critical moving forward as a chairman of the organization. But most importantly, getting the troops ready for the election and ensuring that we can articulate the views of the FNM and at the same time represent the Bahamian people.
Neymour admits that a perceived rift between FNM leader Dr. Hubert Minnis and his deputy Loretta Butler Turner has hurt the political party.
Well, I think the perception has hurt the party. They have functioned together. I've been with them, both of them together. They have functioned as a leader and deputy leader. But I think the perception is what has hurt us, and it'll be resolved quickly. But again, like I said, this is only natural after you've had a change in leadership. And I think coming out of this convention, we're going to be a lot better.
Following next month's convention, Neymour says the new leadership team has the task of shoring up the FNM supporter base and defeating a government which he says doesn't know what it's doing.
I'm from Exuma. The hospital has been finished now almost for a year and still not open. These issues haven't been brought to the Bahamian people's attention, and there are other constituencies that have these issues that we need to bring forward. So the chairman is going to play a role. The leader is going to play a key role, and I think the FNM is going to be very well coming out of this convention.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Fanique Toot.
Well, a candidate in the 2012 general election says politics in the Bahamas is far from what it should be, telling MB12 it has become a dirty game of popularity and greed. Attorney Wayne Monroe, who ran on the DNA's ticket, says while he is interested, he refuses to put aside his values just to be a part of the government. Kyle Joaquin has that story.
According to Wayne Monroe, politics in the Bahamas has become a dirty, dirty game. A game where people are willing to do any and everything to be elected. However, that game, he said, he is not willing to play.
Wayne Monroe says he's not interested in the colorful dramatics that has become the Bahamas' political arena. Monroe, who ran in the Mount Moriah constituency on the Democratic National Alliance's ticket in 2012, says many people have entered politics for self-gain.
And since then, it's all about what can I do to stay in power? What can I do regardless of how ridiculous a proposition it is? Can I do to say, I have some legacy? I'm not particularly interested in any politician having a legacy for anything, because it's not your money you're spending. It's not your effort that is being expended to do it. So they need to stop running on with that nonsense.
The attorney says there are too many making a theater out of Parliament, shouting at one another and calling out their leaders. He even shared how he would have handled the situation involving a certain MP who recently slammed the Prime Minister in the House of Assembly.
You don't necessarily tear down systems because there are consequences for that, but there are things that you do. And so all of this jumping up and cursing people personally, publicly, shouldn't happen. What should happen and what everyone should know is if I don't think something is appropriate, I will say it. but I don't have to resort to personal attacks on persons when I know that there's a system.
Monroe even called out the FNM and the DNA for their stance on value-added tax. He believes the leaders of both parties should have little to say, asserting at one point they were all in support of the proposed tax.
The minute that we tell them, wait, we're not interested in this foolishness, because you, the FNM, are the ones who signed us up for it, and you, the DNA, agreed with it, and so you, the PLP, you're doing it. Let us now hear from these other two. Not that it shouldn't be done, because the two of them said they would do it, but what's wrong with how you are doing it? Then we would end up with the best proposal for VAT you could have.
Recently, Prime Minister Christie predicted that in the coming years, politics will become even more savage. Well, Monroe says that's a game he will not be playing.
I don't play. I know what our system of government is by educational training and looking at it. And if somebody is desirous of me being with them, they will accept me as I am, and I do not play. Plain and simple. I play with my children and nobody else.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Stick with us. The former State Minister for the Environment questions BEC's restructuring process and later how one group is making breast cancer screenings enjoyable. Stay tuned.